Good afternoon. It's Tammy here from the North Grove. I'm the Community Action Coordinator here. And today for the advocacy break, we're going to be talking about stress. Over the last couple of weeks, stress has come up a fair amount in the support calls over the phone. So I just thought we would go into that a little bit more. If we want to start with a definition of stress, stress is how the brain and the body respond to a demand, any type of challenge. So it could be a challenge that you're having at work, it could be a challenge that you're having at home, it could be a reaction to the pandemic that we're in right now. These life changes can be stressful. So there's 5 things that you should know about stress. First, stress affects everybody. Everybody has stress. Second, not all stress is bad. Third, long-term stress, so stress over a long period of time, can be harmful to your health. Fourth, there's lots of different ways that you can manage your stress. And fifth, if you're feeling overwhelmed by the stress that you're feeling, it would be a good idea to talk to a health professional about that, whether that's a doctor or a nurse, or even if you could talk to a friend about that, that would be good. So for today, we're going to focus on the 4th one, which are some different ways that you can manage stress. Some calming activities maybe that you can do when you're feeling stressed, I find to be helpful. So I thought I would just share a few of those with you. The first one that we're going to talk about is it might not get rid of your stress, but it will help to kind of bring you back into the here and now. So the activity is called Brush It Off. And basically what you do is you would start at the top of your head and you put a little bit of pressure and just kind of brush going down your face, down your arms, all the way down your body, kind of, right down to your feet. And what you're doing is you're brushing away all of the negative activity that's around you, and it helps you to physically just get rid of it. So it's not on you anymore, and at the end, just really shake it out. And I know sometimes, people say that these little activities seem silly or it would be really awkward to do it, but seriously, give it a try. I do find that it's helpful. Another activity or another thing that you can do, a technique, is it's called leave it at the door. So whether it's the door of your house or whether for me, it's the door of my car. An example is I'm at work all day and I'm going through something stressful at work. I get into my car and I don't want to bring that stress home to my family or to my children. So I want to leave that stress in my car. So when I'm about to unbuckle my seatbelt to go into my house, as I'm unbuckling my seatbelt, I picture that all of the stress that I've just brought into my car from work, I'm going to be letting it out and it's going to stay in my car. So that when I leave my car, I can go home and not be worried about things that are happening at work and actually be kind of really present just with my children. So I find that to be helpful. And another thing that people, we hear a lot about is deep breathing. Breathing is either really easy for you, I find, or super hard. So for me, I find it to be a little bit challenging. So, I've relied on, resources that I found on the internet. I have an app that I have on my phone that kind of goes through some different deep breathing techniques. But just recently, I found a resource online that I find super helpful, super simple. I'll just show you one of the breathing techniques. So this one's called Lazy 8 breathing. So it's just the number 8, and you can see that number. For me, the actual touching of the paper helps me to focus on what I'm doing. So you start here and you breathe in, keep breathing in, keep breathing in, keep breathing in. And then when you get here, you hold, and then you follow along here as you're breathing out. It's super simple, but it is really something that I can focus on doing what my finger is telling me to do. And for me, I find that helpful. You'll be able to find the links to find these, they're called shape breathing exercises, so that you can find those online for yourself. Lastly, kind of something that we're going to talk about is grounding. So grounding is something that, again, will help you kind of get into the here and now. You can do it kind of out loud. So some people find it really helpful to say the things that they're doing out loud. And sometimes if you're in a situation that's really stressful and you're not able to say it out loud, you can kind of talk yourself through this kind of thing in your head. So this technique is not mine. I haven't made it. It's used by many different professionals and different people. You use your 5 senses to help you remind you of what's happening in the present. So first, you need to take a deep breath in. And then I want you to find 5 things that you can look at. So look around where you are and find 5 things that you can see So for example, I can see John videotaping me, I can see the lights, I can see my coffee cup, my papers, and I can see that there's a cooler over there. So then 4, you want to think of 4 things that you can feel. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to your body and think of 4 things that you're feeling. So right now I'm feeling a little bit of anxiety because I'm being videotaped. I'm sweating because I'm a little bit stressed. I'm feeling the kind of the hairs on my arm stand up a little bit because the air conditioning is starting to kick in. And I'm feeling my feet are sticking to my shoes. So then you want to find 3 things that you can listen to. So 3 things that you're hearing. So right now I'm hearing the fan running in the background. I'm hearing a car that has just driven by. And I think I can hear somebody walking in the entranceway there. And then next you want to do 2 things that you can smell. So again, if you're in a situation and you're doing this in your head, you would just kind of imagine what you could smell. Sometimes it might be helpful to get up and actually go smell something, so a scent of something. But 2 things right here that I can smell is my wonderful coffee, and I can also smell the body wash when I had a shower this morning. And then lastly, you want to think of 1 thing that you can taste. So is there something, for me, again, it's my coffee because I just took a sip before we started recording. It could be you taste your toothpaste. It could be a mint or some garlic because you just had a wonderful salad, something like that. So then as you're doing that at the end, you just want to kind of end with a nice deep breath. And once you've kind of gone through those 5 different senses and you've worked through that whole process, whatever it was that was causing you, a lot of stress or a lot of anxiety in the moment, it just brings you right back to kind of the here and now. And hopefully that, that stress or that anxiety will be a little bit less. So these are just some techniques that, I found online, some different things that I personally have tried and some other people in the community have shared that they've tried. So if there's any coping strategies or calming activities that you use, feel free to give us a call on the support line, or you can always send an email to my email tshields@thenorthgrove.ca. And if you have any suggestions for future advocacy breaks, make sure that you reach out. So thank you very much and have a happy Friday.